Hey, this is Mike S. Thanks for joining me. It's always our pleasure to bring you this video. Trying to get the computers fired up this morning. Today is April 9th, 2021. My God, goodness, this time is flying by. So, this video is about you're a university student, could be anywhere in the world, India, Pakistan, China, it doesn't matter, Africa, all over, any place in the world, Europe, South America, and you're trying to figure out how to make some money. You could be a university student, or you used to be a high school graduate, 18 to 22, 23, or whatever your age happens to be. You may have a degree, you're not making any dough. So let's talk about the 4 things that you can do, but let me tell you a quick story, and don't forget, you gotta stay to the very end of these videos. If you don't stay to the end, you're gonna miss the recap. So I recap everything at the end. The videos are only like 6-7 minutes, so it's not taking up too much of your time. So let me tell you a little quick story about the gentleman, the young man that contacted me. I did not find him, he found me on Instagram. That's when I had 3,000 followers. Now I have over 10,000 followers on Instagram. So he was hunting around to find new businesses. His name is Rohit. R-O-H-I-T. Rohit or Rohit. Not sure exactly how to pronounce his name. Next Stop Studio. He's editing this video, so he's gonna put it up there. I'm not promoting him, I'm using him as an example, and I'm promoting him at the same time. So he contacted me, he's only 19 years old, a university student. He contacted me, said, hey, I can edit your videos, okay? I had 3 video guys at the time that he contacted me, so I didn't really need them. He says, I can do the videos. I says, well, how much? So it always gets down to money. So I always ask that one question, how much is it gonna cost me? And so usually guys hem and haw, and I had one person from Morocco was doing some other work for me. She wanted the business. After like 20 minutes, I said, hey, what's the number? So if you're gonna find business and you're gonna get a hold of somebody, and dealing with people like me that are business people, you're gonna have a number. Hey, I'm gonna edit your videos for 50 bucks or $100 or $30 or whatever the heck the number happens to be. I don't know what the number is. I can come back and say, hey, that's a great deal, let's do it. Or I can come back and say, hey, that's way too much. You gotta be at this dollar amount. So when you talk to people and you wanna get business out of them, you gotta have a number in mind. Why am I talking about this guy? Because this guy he's done like 70 videos for me. 70! He's made hundreds, thousands of dollars off of me. And he contacted me, and he's a university student. So that means you can do the same thing, assuming you could provide a certain service. Now, there are guys that do web page design, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go through the 4 or 5 things that you can do in order to make money. I'm using Rohit as an example of a guy that looks like he's like 30 or 40, but he's only 19. So he portrays the image, he has the website, he's done all this stuff. I know you say, well, I can't do that, but I'm just giving you as an example. It could be anything, you know? It could be anything. You could be doing bookkeeping, or I don't know what your services could be. It could be almost anything that's out there. So let's go through the 4 things that I've come up with that you can do in order to make money, because that's what this video is about. Now I have 3 minutes to go. First of all, you can get a job. So I have guys in Nigeria that I work with. The oldest brother, Shadrach, he does a lot of marketing for me. So he's like a phone guy, computer guy. He uses phones. It's unbelievable how he does this. His brother's working at a cafe. They're both university students. The brother's working at the cafe, he's not making any money. So I'm trying to bring him in so he can work with the older brother doing marketing for me. What are they doing? They're promoting the Mike Addis YouTube channels and all the other stuff. I paid them for doing this stuff, okay? So number 1 is you can go work for somebody. You're gonna make little to no money, but you can go out and get a job if you want to. That kind of sucks. Number 2, you can work online. You can promote yourself through certain websites like Upwork or Fiverr. Rohit's gonna put this up here, Upwork or Fiverr. Those are kind of okay because a lot of guys that are selling services on Fiverr, I use Fiverr, I found like 10 people on Fiverr. They do video, editing, even though Next Step Studio, where he found me. I didn't find him on Fiverr. Most of all the other guys I found on Fiverr. So they do website design, video editing, research, REO work. Okay, all kinds of different services that you can provide. Check out Fiverr and Upwork, and you can see all the different classifications. So that would be number 2. Number 3, you can sell product on consignment. What's that? Consignment means first of all, you can take any products that you have in the house. Could be a coffee cup. I don't know what the heck it could be. It could be a mouse. Could be a container. Whatever you got hanging around. Could be phones, computers, or whatever you got. If you don't have anything, your parents have something. If your parents don't have anything, all your relatives have stuff. They just have stuff they don't need. Hey, Auntie, What do you have that you don't want and I can turn it into cash for you? Then you have to list it on platforms. So I don't know where you are in the world, but if you're in Africa, for example, there's no eBay or Amazon, so you got to use Facebook. Okay, so you want to get products in on consignment. That's the third thing. And the fourth thing you can do is you can drop ship product. If you're in America, it's easy. You know, if you want to, the largest company for computers is Ingram Micro. They'll give you all their products. So go to the Google and put in companies that'll drop ship wherever country that you're in. Because all over the world, companies want to use a lot of millions of people that'll drop ship their products besides their own distribution. Okay, so they're always looking for lots of people that can do these things. So those are the four things. I'm going to go through the recap. Okay, let's recap this video. First thing you want to do is you can go out and get a job. They say, well, there's no jobs out there. Well, this is number one. So let's assume you can go get a job. So that's number one. Number two, you can always promote yourself on Fiverr or Upwork. And that's where I find most of my people. I find them on Fiverr, not so much Upwork, so I'm a big fan of Fiverr. I suggest you go out and try that one out. Number three, the thing that I like the most is you want to get products to sell on consignment. What do you mean on consignment? Well, stuff that you own. If you don't own anything, go to your parents. Your parents don't have anything, go to your relatives. You go to all the people that you know in the neighborhood. And when you run out of those people, you can go to people that you don't know and say, hey, you have stuff you don't want? And everybody's going to say, yes, we do. And I want to get rid of this, this, and this. It's just a bunch of clutter. And say, let me turn the stuff that you have into cash. That's number three. And number four, you can always drop ship. I've given you examples on this video on who you can go and drop ship from, and you just have to Google that and they'll give you a whole list of people you can drop ship. It's Mike Gaddis. Thanks for joining me. I wish there was another way of doing it, but this is basically it. Thanks for joining me on this video. Don't forget the comment button, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for joining me.